Hey guys, it's John. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing another countdown video. And if you guys don't remember, my last video where I did was the top 10 of the worst Loud House episodes, but today I'm counting down top 10 of the best Loud House episodes that I really enjoyed. So let's get to it. Number 10, No Place Like Homeschooled. And if you guys don't know about this episode, well, while Lincoln and his sisters were getting ready for the day, except for Lola, because if anybody asks why isn't she wake up like everybody, well, it's pageant season and she's homeschooled. And that's how like everybody was thinking, like, well, everybody gets so busy with their own thing after school, while Lola had to spend a week. But Lisa said it's actually 6 weeks. So they're just thinking about like, why don't they have homeschool? But even like, they can't just like tell their parents about it. But Lincoln had the idea to tell their parents they wanted to be homeschooled and all about everything about their activities and stuff. So they got to homeschool. But the only thing Rita says while she's working on her book, she's going to be doing all the tasks that they had to do, and if they don't pass, they go back to regular school. And that's how like they started off like a very fun time and stuff, but Lola told them that it's not about goofing off and stuff, it's about taking responsibility. Even like when they start hitting the books, they only did one page, and even like it was kind of dumb and everything. But even like before they're about to go to bed, the only thing is like Lola says they had to have to do this test. The second part they didn't read was about they had to do this test because if they don't pass, they had to go back to regular school. And the only thing is like they don't know what kind of like test they gotta do. And then Lisa thought it was gonna be good, but one thing she really don't like is doing like how kindergarten does. And she's always the smartest one, but she doesn't like to do like all kid stuff and everything. And even like she asked Lola to do it to help them out, and everybody passed, but except for Lola's because she didn't even finish hers, and she has to go back to regular school. And even like where Lincoln and his sisters feel guilty of all of what happened, and they told their parents to give Lola a second chance, and they decided to go back to regular school. So I mean, people always say like homeschool is okay. I mean, there's in real life a lot of kids are doing homeschool from their kids who do it, from their parents doing their education stuff, and a lot of education program. Even I did homeschool only like when I was still during the pandemic and everything. But I did graduate with a associate's degree. Number 9 is Last Loud on Earth. And this is about zombie apocalypse that can be real or not. This is like where Lincoln and Clyde are excited to watch the whole zombie movie marathon. And even like the second part, they didn't watch the second part because their dad says it's time for bed. And then Lincoln says, okay, but they thought it was going to be like they're not going to do it. But he had the idea because they decided to do a backup plan to watch the whole marathon in Lisa's bunker. Now, if you guys don't know what a bunker is like one of those inside, like underground. This is like when there's a hurricane and when there's a tornado coming, or even there's a war, they always have to hide. And that's like where, how are they gonna access Lisa's security system? But the only thing they always know, the code is her birthday, and that's the one thing Lincoln and Clyde got access to it. So they watched the whole movie, and they finished it until 7 a.m. They went inside, they thought no one's up yet, but the one thing is, there was nobody inside the house. And he tried to call them, but then there was no service, no electricity, and even there's nobody into their neighborhood. All empty houses. And they think they woke up in a zombie apocalypse. And they thought they saw there were zombies. But even all day they try and get all away from the zombies, and they made it to the mall to check their families. But actually it was just their dads. Now, the reason why were they calling for them and looking for them? Well, the truth is, it's just that while Lincoln and Clyde were still watching the movie, they didn't hear that there was like a big storm last night, and that's like everybody was evacuating to get to the mall, and that's why Lincoln's dad and Clyde's dads had to find them all night, and it was kind of crazy. And they apologized of all the places they did, except for Bourbon Burger, because none of them came there, because the only person who was in there was Flip, because, well, you guys already know. He's so greedy, he always cares about free food and stuff. Number 8, Home of the Faves, and it's all about playing favorites. Now, the only thing is, before I start telling you guys to that title of the episode, now one thing is, you can't play favorites because that's not very good for all parents. We have so many kids, don't play favorites. You always have to love your children equally. No matter who is good or not, everybody loves them. And this is about like where Lynn Singer took Lola and Luann to the store, and then Luann started to make a lot of good fun jokes with Lynn, and they had a good time and everything, and then Lola just feel really annoyed and stuff. And then on their way home, Lynn sees Lola like really upset and stuff and trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe he feels bad about that he might have messed up and he doesn't want to play favorites, just like his father played favorites on him, so he wanted to make it up. Playing princesses, that was a very good time. And then he sees Lynn Jr. upset and decided to find a way to not hurt her feelings, playing some sports, and then see Luna play music, Lana helping her frog, and then Lincoln watching the Legend of the Hidden Temple, and we'll get to that in just a bit. And then with Lori, and then play some golf, and then Lisa do some reading, and then Lenny with some dresses, and then Lily with a lot with that fox costume. Yeah, because it's Fennekin the fox. That Lynn Singer and Rita does not like it because it's a demon toy. I mean, it's just a regular toy. And finally for Lucy, going to the cemetery to see some dead bodies. And then on dinner, Lynn Singer didn't want to hurt them either and decided to make everybody's favorite dinners. I mean, that's crazy. And even like so much with complications and stuff. And even once he's outside, it's all about what's going on. But all the kids say that they already know that Lynn Singer doesn't play favorites. And that's how it is. Never play favorites. Always love your children equally. Number 7, Rita Her Rights. And this is like one I really enjoyed with laughter and everything. And it's all about where Rita, well, let's just say she kind of messed up on herself. So it started off like she always wakes up at 6 a.m. before everybody gets up. She has to feed the pets and the humans and get everybody out the door. And kind of made a little crazy morning. Lana just ate too much earthworms. Lynn Jr. doesn't get organized. Lisa made an explosion full of fleas. And even like Lori and Lenny were fighting for a hairspray. And then Rita took them and then she sprayed on her hair, but it wasn't regular spray. It was hair dye and got her hair really green. That was funny. And then she had to do an order is drop off the high schoolers first, drop off Lynn, and then drop off the rest of the kids to elementary. Now, this was just before Lincoln started middle school. And then when she arrived to drop them off, the one thing she messed up, she parked at the bus zone. And she had too many parking tickets. And she has to pay like over $2,000. And she couldn't afford it, but the one thing she has to do, community service. And she thought it was gonna be bad and stuff. But one thing she saw, she feels like it's good enjoyment and relaxation. And she decided to take a break. And she really enjoyed some good fresh air and everything. And when the sun was over, she decided, had the idea, let's get a parking ticket again, take a community service, and have a good time. But even everything was okay until she kind of messed up so many violations in a week. 12 violations. First, she did public loitering, failure to pick up Canine Manor, that's Charles's poop, and willingly destroying a radio. and she told the truth about her to her kids about she always wanted to take a break, and that's why she was ended up doing bad stuff. And then she was in jail, and then everybody was coming to visit and doing craziness, and then the officer told her that she's free to go and she really understands she needed a break. So, and even at the end, everybody understands is that all parents needed is a break when there's so much responsibilities they've been going through a lot. Number 6, Sister Act. Now, this is about between, well, you guys know the twins, Lola and Lana. And they had to dress each other up, just like in the episode of Cover Girls where everybody has to dress up as each other. But it was the worst episode so far. And that's why I didn't put it on it, because it was too much arguments. So it's in this episode, it's like where Lola and Lana really don't like what they want to do. I mean, like for Lola, she's always clean. She loves pageants and stuff. And then for Lana, she always be very dirty, nasty. She loves to fix things and eats worms and stuff and muddiness. So it started off like they really started before they were about to start dinner, and even like when Lana's think about leftover hash, all that nasty stuff that Lola doesn't want to eat, and then Lana got covered in glitter, and then she's saying all that glitter thing like she looks exactly like Lola, and then Lola's had this idea is why don't she cover her so that she doesn't do it. So that's like after Lana ate her food, and then Lana says, I can't believe what's taking Lola, and so she went upstairs dressed up as Lola so that she went down so that she pretends to be Lola, and it turned out very good. And then an hour later, they wanted to pay back the favor, and then Rita called them. It's bath night. They'll be inspecting fingernails and ears, and that's like where Lana does not like to be clean, and that's how she asked Lola to do it. Once Lola was done with bath, and she changed into Lana's outfit, but before Lola leaves, Lana has to put mud to be more specific. And after that, it turned out very good. And it happens at school, like where Lola doesn't want to do gym, and that's how Lana dressed up as Lola. And then Lana's not good at math, and she just told Lola to change too. And even like thought everything was okay until it turned out worse for them. Because one thing is, after getting out of school, they have appointments. Like Lola has to go to the checkup, and Lana has to get teeth cleaning. And that's like one thing is like Lola does not want to go to the doctor because of so much sick people, and then Lana doesn't want to go to the dentist with those weird machines they have. So they switched, and then the next day, when Lana won the recycling challenge, she gets the free ice cream, like this big cart full of ice cream and everything. She was excited until she got a hurt on her tooth, and it was bad. And then Lola was about to go to her pageant, ribbon dancing. She got sick, and even she got into a disease. And then Lana hurt badly, and then they came home into blankets, and they told their parents the truth, and they were not happy about it. And they need to understand that you have to do the things that they don't like. And even after that, Lola enjoyed the food, and then Lana feel refreshed by taking a shower, and even like she made the whole bath nasty. Oh, that was a very good one too. Number 5 is Tripped. Now this is the half-hour episode, so I don't want to take like too long. Well, this is about where Lincoln and his family were excited to go on vacation after saving $1,800, and they're going to go spend their vacation on a family lodge in Lake Michigan with so much horse riding, swimming, and he said 30 or 40 flavors of fudge, and everything was going good. And even they kind of had a little rough in the beginning about having so much stuff, going through so much. They got through a pothole, and even without AC, they can't open the window, and then Lori farted around the car. Everything was okay, but then the door was messed up, and they had to use Lucy's crate. Now, first of all, the crate is so big. Why does she need the crate? Because she needs sunblock. And everything was okay. And then one thing that was worse, while everybody wants to have lunch, just like Lenny made these egg salad sandwiches, and everybody enjoys it on the car and everything, but until they got really sick, because the only thing is, like, Lenny made these sandwiches weeks ago. You can't make those because you'll get very sick. And let me tell you, kids, never eat something that is so spoiled because you will get sick. All right? So after all of that, and even they lost Vanzilla due to like so much situations, and they trying to go into different transportations, and they have a plane, and that's where they got Vanzilla, and they finally made it to their destination. But the worst part is their rooms were taken because they were already late. And yes, a lot of hotels, they always have a strict policy of you have to get to your location on time or early before they were taken. And the worst part is that all the rooms were unavailable, and they thought it was going to be the worst vacation, but until they meet was this famous cherry farmer, and they have a very good ranch of horseback riding and swimming, and that was kind of like a very good okay vacation. Number 4, recipe for disasters. So if you guys don't know, in this episode, that's where Lincoln was enjoying some good time until Clyde came, and it's all about where something was not going on between when they were trying this Frosty Farms Frozen Feast. It's one of those frozen dinner companies, and when they tried it, those 3 meals tasted exactly like his dad's, and they're trying to know how's that possible until they found out like someone stole his recipes, and when they tested, it was a clear match. And when they told his dad what happened, and he has his recipe book, but what happened is it was gone and he missed it, and they're trying to figure out what's going on, and they had to find some clues, and they just thought it was going to be 2 of the employees who work with him, Kotaro and Grant. Kotaro was the best friend for him since college, and even he has nothing to do with it, because he did say the truth that the money that he had was from his aunt who passed away, and they really feel bad about that. So yeah, and even they meet Grant. If you guys know him, he was the 2-time Employee of the Month of Bourbon Burgers. And after they were riding with him, and he had this bike since his birthday was last Saturday, and then they say that my birthday last Saturday, and then they say they were there that time. And truly it was case closed, but the one thing they had to do is go to the Frosty Farms frozen dinners. They tried attempts, but nothing good, until one day they asked one of their other guys to mail themselves inside the place, and they meet the woman who was part of the owner. But one thing they didn't know is that Flint Sr. trying to accuse her, it was none other than his old middle school teacher who showed him cooking, and they both shared a lot of recipes together. So it was no stolen. They shared together. Since he lost his book, he can only borrow his teacher's book. The case was solved, but the one thing is, what happened to his dad's book? Well, let me tell you. Lenny thought they were library books. What is your problem, Lenny? You can't just take something that is not yours. If you're not sure what they are, ask. Yeah, she not only took her dad's book, she took Lucy's poetry book and Lola's diary. She always says she just wanted to help. I mean, what is your problem, Lenny? You can't even get anything right. Number 3, it is legends. Now, most of you don't know that this episode is one of the old shows that you guys seen on Nickelodeon or other shows. It was called The Legend of the Hidden Temple, that was originally in 1993 and through 1995, where a lot of contestants around the country solve a lot of riddles and challenges. That's something to do in history. And even last, where Lincoln and his dad competed there to win the title for the father-son special. And the only thing is that they didn't win, but they were cheered because they only went home with their underwears. But it was a very good experience so far for the father and son team. Number 2 is Right and Wrong. And this one I really enjoyed because they had some good music. And it's all about where Rita wanted to get this job as a writing agency, all about families and stuff. And she got a resume and she got everything, but then like her boss says, like perfect parenting. And she always she really needed that job. And she told her kids, if she do this, she will make a celebration dinner at this buffet, and they say they can count on it. And then they just dressed up nice, and then everybody just sang, and even like Lindsay missed the song after she got the job and everything. And even they still do a lot of craziness and stuff. And even after that, she was getting ready for having dinner, but then she decided to make a quick time to go to the location. And even she kind of made an embarrassing thing and told the truth to her boss, and she still got the job and always worked when it comes to family and stuff. And now, the best one I really enjoyed, number 1, really loud music. And it's all about Luna, who's passionate with her music goals. Because she is always a rocker and everything, but the one thing I really like on this series is her song, the best one I've listened to over and over again. Play it loud, pray it loud. I got no time to turn it down. Play it loud, turn it up, because it could go up. So, there you have it, guys. Top 10 of the best Loud House episodes ever. So, that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you miss any videos, click on the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. If you love this video, you can comment down below if you guys want to see some new videos. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.